Wickets in a heap. Oh! What a comeback! That stopped on Liton Kumar Das. Tanzil Hasan Shakib raised hopes with a few blows with the bat. But Bangladesh fell short of the target. After 7 bilateral T20 International Series defeats, can the West Indies turn a corner? Or will Bangladesh make a comeback tonight? And we are here at the Chattogram Stadium, the Veer Shrestha Flight Lieutenant Matthew Rahman Stadium, and we're looking forward to this match, the second of the Dutch Bangla Bank Series T20 series between Bangladesh and the West Indies, powered by Rocket, co-sponsor Nexus Pay. And that's what has transpired in this the white ball series. The 3 matches completed in Dhaka, and this one, West Indies making a good start, winning the first one and really making the Bangladeshis work hard to make it level today. Very, very important match here today, and the final match in a couple of days' time. Very good evening. Welcome to Chattogram on a rather muggy evening. We had a little bit of rain around the city earlier today, but I don't think that's going to affect much of the play. And everyone looking at this stadium, the crowds gathering already and looking forward to a good tussle between the West Indies and Bangladesh. Alongside me, Samuel Badri. Samuel, very good evening to you. Straight away, I'd like to ask the situation, the mindset of the West Indians after winning the first match. Really got the Bangladesh on the on the hops.
Yeah, good evening, Shamim. Good evening, everyone. You're right. Rebounding from that thrashing that they suffered in the one-day international series, it was the ideal start for them, exactly what they wanted, and they found themselves in a very strong position now. A rarity in 2025, if we just isolate that, for them to win a series. It's been a struggle for them. In this year only, they've won 4 out of 16 matches. So they want to change that around and change it around quite quickly with a T20 World Cup quite imminent.
Yeah, well, it's very crucial. The toss always plays an important role. Short while earlier, Atar Ali Khan was in the middle with the 2 captains and the match referee.
Right, it's the second T20 international between Bangladesh and West Indies. West Indies already one up. I've got skipper Shai Hope, Liton Kumar Das, and the match referee Dean Koska. Liton Kumar Das will spin the coin.
Heads.
Head is the call. Last time when you won the toss, you were elected to bat first. What have you decided tonight?
We're going to do the very same. We're going to bat again.
Any particular reason? I know you batted well, but there has to be a reason for your...
Well, I think runs on the board is a good thing here. Pitch off looks also a little bit drier than the first one. But yeah, I just think runs on the board right now would be the best thing for us.
165 is what ended up in the winning total for you. Also the fact that the openers laid a good solid foundation. Then you and Robin Powell really took it away, smashing those 83 in quick time. Any other plan or any talk in the dressing room which will push you even further up?
Yeah, well, it's just about having that nice template. I thought that was a brilliant template from the first game. Just need to add a few more runs in each stage. But I just think that if the guys follow that template and we continue playing good cricket, that we're going to get a score. Hopefully extra 20 maybe runs on that total that we had last time. But assessment still has to be done here to see what a good score is on the surface.
And have you made any changes?
No, same thing.
All the best.
Thank you.
Liton, once again, you'll be chasing. Important for your bowlers to do well early on.
Yeah, definitely. Last couple of series, bowler did their job. As a batsman, we need to come up.
And what kind of total you feel you can go and chase?
Wicket looks pretty good, and I know second half little bit due. So anything 180, it will be a good score.
Yeah, 180, if you're talking about 180, you would want your batters, especially to take a little bit more responsibility. We saw Ridoy getting among the runs. Tanzil Hasan Shakib also scored 30 odd, but the top order did not really offer much.
Yeah, definitely. When you're chasing a little bit a big total against any team, you need to come up with a good plan. And the number top 4 batsmen have to bat like 15 over. Then the rest of the bat will be easier.
Any changes for you?
One chance, Zakir coming back to Shwan place.
All the very best.
Thank you very much.
Right, the news from the middle is that West Indies has won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
No, which is not a surprise at all because West Indies is doing well with the bat. And Rahman Powell, the best so far against the Bangladeshis. He's got the highest amount of runs. And he was the player of the match in the last game.
Yeah, absolutely. In his 100 T20I as well. So as you mentioned, unchanged. They'll want a little bit more productivity in the power play. Yes, they had a good start in the fact that they didn't lose any wicket and they really set the platform up. Their bowling, well, Jason Holder did do exceptionally well, so they'll Aki Hussain. Jayden Seales though, only his second T20I and picked up 3 wickets. This team looks really good. Would that middle order be tested a little bit more today? Time will tell, but a solid start for them.
And Bangladesh team will be tested. Bangladesh have made one change, Zakir Ali coming in place of Nur Hassan, but Liton Kumar Das, who's got the best record, second best record in terms of runs here at the Chattogram Stadium, really needs to bat well and ensure that his the openers, particularly in the power play, that take the advantage if he's going to take something around the 180 mark. Well, always with the rain around and the pitch, we've talked about how the pitch is going to behave. Well, the pitch doctor was already earlier there in the middle, and this is Parvez Maroof with his thoughts.
Just like the first game, conditions in the middle, picture perfect for a game of T20 cricket. Lush green outfield, clear skies, and a pitch which is far better than the last game in my opinion. And why I say that is the main reason I could see the grass covering is much from the previous game, and underneath I hardly have any spaces to talk about when it comes to these gaps. I mean, the last game did have the gaps where the finger could go in, but still was hard. But in this pitch, I hardly can get my fingernail in. That suggests to me the pitch will have good bounce and the batsman will certainly enjoy the pace as well. With the new ball, the good length area where most of the fast bowlers was attacking, Taskin Ahmed as well as Jayden Seales, even Mustafizur Rahman. So I'm pretty sure if you hit that length, particular length, the short of a good length, that's where the batsman will struggle. Even with the older ball, bowling cutters into the pitch on a short of a good length is a good option to have. Yorkers, yes, but when you are in doubt in this sort of a surface, depending on the batter, bowl those cutters onto the pitch and it'll be a hard task. With the new ball, I think it's very important the new ball bowlers bowl to take wickets up front. That's going to be very important.
Well, it's early evening and the dew is going to play a factor, definitely. We've seen that in the other day here at Chattogram.
Yeah, and I think it's also noteworthy that Shihope won the toss again and decided to bat first again because he reckons that runs on the board is more important than whatever that dew may be a little bit later on. But the length, as Favi's mentioned, they're so important on a surface like this. I still think that it's a pretty good one. Both captains really mentioned about that 180-run score. So Shihope will be looking to get to that and perhaps even a little bit more if they can really capitalize through those middle overs, but it looks like a really good surface, so you need to get a good store batting first.
Yeah, and I think both the captains mentioned the fact it seemed to be a little drier than the pitch on the very first day. Well, couple of matches, the summary of the previous game, important runs on the board first, and they want to replicate that. But as you mentioned, and the skipper Shihope mentioned, they'd like to get another 20-odd runs to that 160-odd they got the other day.
Yeah, what did they do well in that game? That's what they want to reflect on. I suppose the start, that opening partnership, that's what they did well, and the way they finished very strongly, 51 runs in the last 3 overs, and then from a bowling standpoint, picking up 4 wickets in the power play. So if they can do anything close to that, a victory might just well be on the cards again for them.
You know, they started off slowly, the West Indies, but really packed a punch right at the end of the game with a scintillating partnership between Shihope and Rahman Powell. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, and so often in his career, he goes under the radar, Shihope, but it's his innings that really set up the opportunity for Rahman Powell to explode at end. In his first 18 deliveries, Rahman Powell, he was struggling. It's just in the remaining 10 deliveries is where he really accelerated. And that just goes to show sometimes you give yourself some time, get set on a surface, and that's how dangerous he can be. So again, the learnings, what can they take from that victory? Sometimes you don't learn as much from a victory than you do from a defeat, but you need to incrementally improve, and that's what they'll be hoping to do.
Well, you have to learn from your defeat. That's the question from the Bangladeshi perspective, because they got off to a fly and then they got a little carried away. I thought, you know, playing too many shots That's one arena I think they'll have to just water it down slightly.
I think even prior to that, the way they ended the innings with the ball, I mentioned those 51 runs being scored off the last 3 overs. So you go into the dressing room a little bit deflated, but you're right, in the power play, you can't win the game in the full 6, but you can be pretty much close to losing it if you lose 4 wickets. And that's what they did. And after that sort of disastrous start, it was hard for them to recover. So a better power play start in terms of the wickets lost. If you look at the game, they outscored the West Indians in 2 of the 3 phases, but it's those wickets that really hampered them. So yeah, finish with the ball better, and then a sitting here better start with the bat.
Yes, indeed. The wise words of Samuel Badri telling Bangladesh they've got to really do it well in all departments. And also the fielding, I think, needs to improve to a certain extent to give that support to the bowlers. Imperative that both sides field well. We saw a few drop catches, things that they want to avoid.
Yeah, and the West Indians were impeccable. They were electric. We saw that catch from Romario Shepherd. Akil Hussain was good with a quarter ball. And on the ground feeling, it was really good. You're right. They dropped a crucial catch. Rovman Powell, when he was not yet set, and he made them pay. So that's another area that they'll want to do much better in.
Well, the crowds have come here in numbers, and it's always good to see. We had almost a full house the other day here at the Chattogram Stadium, and they're all packing in. Lots of people coming in, looking forward to an exciting game coming up, the second T20 International in this series. Well, the umpires are coming out, the players will be coming out soon. It's time for us to join our first set of commentators upstairs.
Right, we see the umpires walking in. Good evening from all of us here from Chattogram. Well, fans have come in big numbers. They proved it in the first T20 International. This is chock-a-block. Bangladesh team in the huddle. First and foremost, thoughts and prayers go out to people from Jamaica, where the Hurricane Melissa created some sort of a devastation. So hopefully everybody there are okay, safe and sound. Our prayers go out to each and every one of them. All right, series on the line, Bangladesh versus West Indies. Yes, sir, we've spoken about quite a lot what has West Indies done or achieved in the last few bilateral series. But one must also remember the fact that when the last time when West Indies did play a bilateral series against Bangladesh, in Bangladesh, they went on to win it 2-1. West Indies opening the series with a win in Sylhet, and then Bangladesh squaring the series in Mirpur, and then West Indies winning the third and the final one to win the 3-match series. So they're in with a chance. Yeah, wonderful batting display. I thought it was a complete game. We speak about the way they handled themselves early on. There was a good, solid foundation. Yes, very, very good indeed. Good evening, Parvez Maharouf.
Good evening, Athar. Good evening, everyone. Brandon King, the opening batsman for West Indies. Struggled a little bit in the last game, 33 of 36. But certainly, I'm sure that he will be wanting to get off to a good start. And Ali Katane is his partner. Batted well, 34 of 27 deliveries, the left-hander, elegant. I'm pretty sure Brandon and Alec will be wanting or itching to get a good start for the West Indies. As Athar said, series on the line. Last one in 2018 was excellent. And it is a surprise straight away. Tanzim Hassan Shakib with the new ball. Ball first change in the last game. Certainly, this is a tactical move with Tanzim Hassan Shakib taking new ball. A slip in place, 2 fielders outside the circle, a deep third, and finally, here comes the first ball.
Oh, Nick straight in and out. They could have picked up a wicket of the very first delivery. That is a brilliant piece of bowling also, because it flew and it moved and the batter chased it.
Athar, first ball short of a good length, and take a look where this ball carries to Liton Kumar Das. Take a look at the bounce and pace. That should have been taken, Liton. At this level, a must-win game. Captain should be leading from the front. Perfect delivery, and would have been a perfect tactical move getting Tanzim Hassan Shakib to bowl the first over. What a start by Bangladesh.
That nearly worked in their favour. Remember, the last time they dropped a catch, they had to pay a big price, because that catch was from offered from Rovman Powell, who was on 7 or 14 deliveries, then he really kicked on. Now, he was the one who dropped the catch. Yeah, the kind of surface we saw in the first T20 International, it would give certainly a little bit more confidence to the West Indies team, especially because they like that bounce, extra bounce, and the ball coming onto the bat. This is a bit of a green tinge you can notice from these pictures. Yeah, it looks a very good, firm pitch. Parvez Maroof did the pitch report. You like the surface?
Yep. Certainly, in my opinion, this pitch has more grass than the last game. Even covering too, and as you correctly said, the boys from the Caribbean will enjoy the pace and bounce. And this is why I said that the new ball is going to be crucial. For Bangladesh to win this game, I just have this feeling, Arthur, with the new ball, they've got to pick up wickets and dictate terms in the middle order. Let the West Indian openers or the top order off the hook, gets off to a good start. The dangerous hitters coming in the back of the innings, that will be very, very difficult for the Bangladeshis.
Good cricket all around. Nicely struck. But good piece of fielding at cover point. I think it's Saif Hassan.
I certainly see and hear the energy of the Bangladesh crowd as well as the players in the middle. They know how big a game this is. And also looking at how the ball is flying through the wicket keeper, a bit of movement off the pitch especially. Won't be a bad idea to have Taskin bowl in the next over rather than having Naseem Ahmed, who generally bowls in the power play in the T20s. Just on the conditions, having a bit of bounce and pace. Just like that, into movement away from the left-hander. That's something I'm sure Liton Kumar Das will be thinking about. But he's tried and tested Naseem Ahmed in the power play though.
He's gone fishing. They could have just left it alone. Already we've seen a nick earlier on, the very first delivery. It's turning out to be good over. Unlucky, could have had a wicket of the very first ball. Again, lovely delivery. So it's just a single in the first over. Just a single change for Bangladesh. Jakar Ali comes back and replaces Nurul Hassan Chauhan. An unchanged the winning combination for West Indies. Yeah, no hesitation one more time. There's a good toss to win for Shai Hope. Second time around. Well, as you expected, Taskin end the attack. Oh, close. He's looking at the skipper, not interested.
Yeah, certainly drifting down the leg side, but impressive start by Taskin Ahmed. Nice and full, 133 clicks, probably just drifting down. Wicketkeeper has the best sight, and he was absolutely not interested to go upstairs. Encouragement for the fast bowler, hint of movement, and certainly this is a good move by Liton Kumar Das to have two fast bowlers bowling in tandem on a pitch which is helping a bit for the seamers.
Yeah, you also saw that in the first T20 International where the ball started to move, lateral movement was there. And as you said, that if you see a seamer getting that sort of movement, why not have two operating? And that's what he has done. Tonight's umpire, SIS Shoikat. Only elite umpire from the Bangladesh umpire panel. Murshid Ali Khan, the on-field umpire, standing in his 23rd T20 international match. Should be taken. Yes, into the hands. So it's Taskin Ahmed who breaks through and picks up the first wicket.
It's a rocket out, and Brandon King, who was dropped on the very first ball, he has to walk back. Trying to play on the beautiful length by Taskin Ahmed, a proper test match length. Trying to play on the surface, doing a bit for the seamers is always a bit hard task to do. And the old workhorse Taskin Ahmed strikes to Bangladesh as Brandon King walks back one. West Indies 1 for 1.
The skipper of West Indies team, Shai Hope, finds himself in the middle in only the second over because Taskin Ahmed has picked up an early wicket. It was the openers in the first T20 international where they added 59 to lay a good foundation. Oh, no, those are his numbers. He has 100 in this format also. Dangerous player. He's here because of this.
No timing. Even Brandon King in the last game struggled for timing, scored only 33 of 36. Not capitalizing on the drops chance of the very first ball. And Hridoy is a safe fielder. It's a lovely safe catch. Nothing wrong with the pitch, just that on the up with the new ball is difficult task. 2 slips in place for Hope.
And we spoke about the bounce, and there is movement off the surface also. So he's really bending his back and making sure he hit the right line and length.
British's movement off the seam. Very good record for Taskin. Any fast bowler under 8 when it comes to economy, in my opinion, have done really well. Workhorse in the ODI side as well. Battled a lot with his injuries, but good to see him in the park and going his all and bowling with good gas.
Quick single taken, yeah, was just caught off guard. Hridoy at mid-off. He's worked really hard on his fitness, Taskin Ahmed. And also the fact that nowadays Bangladesh think tanks and the coach and everybody has that these fast bowlers playing on a rotational basis. So there is a stopgap for them, just to get them a little bit more energy when they come back again.
Amount of cricket Bangladesh plays these days after with all formation. You've got to have at least 7 to 8 fast bowlers in the squad, which Bangladesh are blessed with. Oh, misfield. Tawil Hridoy, the culprit, had been on, and that goes for a nexus play boundary to end the second over. It's 6 for 1.
Yeah, it's a good start for Bangladesh. They've picked up a wicket. Yes, they have dropped the catch, but the catch was dropped from the bat of Brandon King. He's already back. So it didn't hurt them that much. Well, he's been batting beautifully. Shai Hope. Onto the pads. And he finds the fielder in the deep.
Very good start by Tanzim. Very first ball outside edge. Missed out. And 5-dot deliveries to Ali Katane. Just outside the yaw stump, hitting a good back of the length. We spoke about earlier. Similar length being peppered in the first over by Tanzim Hassan Shakib. Never in doubt when it comes to his effort. Every delivery. Last delivery 140.7.
Oh, could have been a great one. Now it's gone past the fielder. A dive to the left. Once again, it's Ridoy. And it's gone to the boundary. It's an excess pay for.
Just in 2.2 deliveries, a catch, a misfield went for boundary, and this, a good effort. And Ridoy, the levels he has set generally in international cricket, he'll be disappointed that he could not click onto it. I've seen him taking some blinders, but that occasion, good effort, but at this level should have been taken.
Well, certainly, Ali Katane have shown a little bit more aggressive state of mind, because he's tried to play a few shots, and he's got away with the one that went so very close to Ridoy at mid-on. Fans coming in big numbers. They enjoy their teams and also watching them, especially in the port city of Chattogram. Again, really going after it.
With the new ball, the first slow ball comes out by Tanzim Hassan Shakib, off cutter. Just grips on, and the batsman beaten by the lack of pace. It's very important as a fast bowler when the batsman is trying to hit you out of the park in the power play, to have the mixed variation, straight away from 141 to 121. It's a drastic difference.
Has bowled well. He's found out a good area, and to be consistent enough to make sure that he is not allowed the batters to free their arms. Very good from Tanzim Hassan Shakib.
Yeah, good point, Athar. Ali Katane is looking for some room. He's trying to open up the offside by staying leg side-ish. Tanzim Hassan Shakib is equal to the task. He understands he cannot bowl anything outside the off stump. Back of the length, trying to hit the stumps when it comes to the height. He's not trying to hit the stumps when it comes to the height, but trying to bowl straight as possible. But that's not the length. That just was picked up pretty easily for a rocket 6 over square leg to finish the third over. 17 for 1.
Rothman Power stands out, closing on 2,000 runs, and look at that strike rate, 142. Over ball, how did that miss the stumps? He cannot believe it. Brilliant Yorker.
Surprise Shai Hope with the length, with the new ball peppering the back of the length, and all of a sudden a full banger, almost shaving the off stump. Coat of varnish was missing in that delivery. 137 almost by Taskin Ahmed, the last ball pace. Certainly surprise Shai Hope.
This is terrific from Bangladesh seamers. Already 13 dots, and this is only the fourth over. And that one goes all the way. Has it gone all the way? Yes, it has. It is a rocket 6.
Wow, what a hit. Man in form. It's 46 of 28 in the last game, not out. And take a look at that for a stroke. On the up. Beautiful posture. Good bat swing through the line and goes the distance. Taskin Ahmed, nothing wrong with the delivery. When the batsman plays a good shot like that, you just take the head off and say well played and come back and bowl the next delivery.
He smashed 4 sixes in that first T20 international. With that 6, he also goes and picks up 5,000 T20 career runs. Shai Hope has been brilliant, and I'll be hoping that he does make an impact once again. Remember, that partnership of 83 was so very crucial in that first T20 international.
Indication how good the pitch is, playing through the line and trusting the bounce and pace. Excellent. So good to watch Shai Hope when he's in full song. That was a brilliant shot. More you see it, more you're going to love about it. Slip disappears for Ali Khatane to mid-wicket. The two fielders outside the circle at deep square leg and deep third man. As you speak, the deep square leg being pulled towards the front of square.
They've been missing in terms of when they've tried to stop the ball. We saw it earlier, Hridoy missing one. Catch has gone down, and now this is Jaccarelli who let the ball go through, which allowed the batters for a single. Here you go. Confirmation. He's gone past 5,000 T20 career runs. Well, they are eyeing to pick up boundaries. Yes, they picked up a couple of sixes, but again, they find Jaccarelli at deep square leg. But the intentions are pretty clear, Maha.
With the last two deliveries back-to-back, slower deliveries. From the pace on for the first three, going to the variations, that's an indication straight away the bowler is not thinking about picking up, because he's thinking about the survival, especially when you've been hit away with a 6 early on in the over. That'll happen. That's a slow delivery, no pace to work with. Just the 9 runs with the 6 and 3 singles, an important last delivery coming up for Thaksin.
He makes some room and blasted it past the fielder in the covers for a Nexus Space 4 to finish the over. 13 in that over. West Indies 30 for 1. Great crowd, more to come, it's going to get jam-packed, fill it up. Right, they continue to go ahead with Seema. That's the last delivery of the previous over.
The intentions were clear by Thaksin. He wanted to go nice and full the last delivery, and Ali Khatane was probably a step ahead, dancing down the track and smashing it through extra cover. Here comes the fizz for the first over of his.
He can be a difficult customer. Again, he's gone past, so it's a couple of runs added.
Into the 4.1 overs, Arthur. Bangladesh got a few misfields, a couple of drop catches. On a must-win game, you probably expect to get your levels high. Playing his 123rd game, Fizz, and he has the record for the most dot balls bowled in T20 International as well in the world. Certainly, a servant who has served his country. It's very good, successful so far.
And it's a gorgeous looking shot. What a shot that is. Beautiful piece of timing. Pure class from the skipper, Shai Hope.
Wow, sweet timing for a Nexus Pay boundary. On the up. It's not the first time Shai Hope has played on the up. In the previous over against Thaksin, on the up to a a sixth over long on this occasion through Cow Point. Certainly a player who's in superb form from the one-day internationals, continuing his good form, batting at number 3.
Nicely cut away, but only a single. Yes, you mentioned he has bowled the most dot deliveries in T20 internationals. 1,151 for Mustafizur Rahman. Second best is Tim Southee with 1,138. Shakib Al Hasan already there. Also there, Rashid Khan from Afghanistan, Adil Rashid. So the 3 spinners with most dots in the top 5. Good ball on the stumps, hardly giving any room.
As states, as we spoke about the stock delivery of Mustafiz, brings out his the best delivery, the slow delivery, which doesn't have any pace for the batters to work with. Though sometimes the batters know what's coming, but it's so difficult to pick it up early. I think 2025, the most the slow ball's been bowled by no surprises. Mustafiz, with the amount of cricket he has played right throughout the year.
And especially when you see a pitch which is good for batting, then the skill, the mindset from the seamers, especially the seamers, come into play. When do they find and try to bowl a slower delivery? And he's been right up there, Mustafizur Rahman, to make sure that you really don't want to see the batters getting settled down. You see some really good looking strokes which already both the batters have played, but he's not shying away to bowl the slower delivery to just keep the batter in some sort of a doubt. Again, and it produces a dot to finish the over. After 5 overs, West Indies 38 for 1.
It's a decent start from the visitors, winning the toss yet again and deciding to have a bat first, losing their opener and Brandon King quickly, Tuscan Ahmed, but then Athanaze and Hope building things. 38 for 1 with 1 more over to go in the power play. To bowl the last over of the power play, this is the first time we're going to see the introduction of spin by Liton Das. Some tactical changes so far, some have worked. Some hit aerial over Rishad's head and will go all the way for a Nexus Bay boundary as I welcome Samuel Badri.
Hello Shamanoy, hello everyone. A little bit risky this particular over to bowl Nasum, particularly with Alec Athanaze, who's now well set on strike. The final over of the power play, generally a high scoring one. So it'll be interesting to see how this over goes. The first one dispatched for 4.
Oh, from the outside part of the bat, but will fall safe. Batters will come back for the second.
A high percentage of his runs so far, Alec Athanaze, have come from boundaries, 4 4s and a 6. This is Nasum's career. He was quite frugal in game 1, opened the bowling then. Now he's introduced in the 6th over of the innings. And just expect Alec Athanaze, as we've seen from the first 2 deliveries, to look to go after him in a significant way in this one. Yeah, good length, looking for 2. He wants to strike, can't get it. And Bangladesh have generally been good in this phase of the innings. Coming into this series, they were the most economical team in the power play. The way that they've utilized their bowlers, the types of deliveries that they've bowled. We saw the graphic with Mustafizur, the number of dot deliveries and the skill generally of the Bangladesh bowling group has been phenomenal. Can they finish off this one strongly?
Yeah, cricket delivery yet again. You know, for the left-handed Athenaeus, the two fielders guarding the boundary were deep mid-wicket and deep square leg. It's different for the right-handed though. The right-handed Shai Hope, he's got a long off and a deep square leg. Pitching it up. That's nicely played. Pierce the cap. Will get 4. It's a Nexus Bay boundary by Hope.
Yeah, just the class of Shai Hope. He continues to exhibit tremendous skill. This one, just outside off stop, a smidgen of room, but he's able to give himself that room leg side, contort his body and find the gap. Perfection. And perplexion on the other side.
Turning out to be an expensive over. Picked up the run rate in this over, West Indies. Will be happy to retain the stride with that single. Shai Hope, 12 runs of the last over of the power play. 50s come up on the board for West Indies. It's 50 for 1. They've recovered the damage, losing the wicket early on, and then 49 the partnership as it stands as of now in quick time. It's going to be spin operating from both ends. Moshad Ali Khan Shumon signalling the completion of the power play. It's 50 for 1. It's much better than what they accumulated in the first T20I. Saif Hassan, not bowl in the first T20I, introduced quickly here. The 7th over, coming around the wicket. Holds flat.
Yeah, usually Rishad Hussain is the one who's introduced post the power play, but because the left-handed Alec Athenaeus is there, they've gone for the right unorthodox. Litton Das, have a look at him here. Yeah, just losing his footing. Nice on the ball though. In for tonight, Jackie Raleigh had a wonderful series against the West Indies in the West Indies at the back end of 2024. Partnership again good from these two, 50 of just 28 deliveries.
We remember our fellow commentators mentioning and you pointing out, Samuel Badri, that 13 dots bowled when we were in the 3rd or 4th over. But ever since that, they've only given away 4 dots more. So it's 17 dots. They've really picked it up, picked their deliveries wisely. And played to their strength. Athenaeus and Hope. Twisting again round the wicket. Ariel catches the call, will fall short of Tawhid Hridoy. Ball's following him all around.
Yeah, he's been in the thick of things. A catch and a few misfields and opportunity as well. The wrong arm action, just look at that from Saif. Doesn't connect it well, perhaps to his benefit, Shai Hope. Not too often in this match, and indeed the series hasn't he timed it all that well. Different approach now, through and around the wicket.
No need to take a risk. He's taken the challenge, Alec Athenaeus, when Nasim Ahmed came in to bowl. Mentioned earlier, mid-on and mid-off, within the power play were inside the circle. They were asking him to play straight. He took the bait. That's the 17 dots we're talking about. Only, I'd say, they paced themselves nicely again. Now happy to give the strike back to Hope. Third and fine leg inside the circle with ball in front of the umpire.
Yeah, quite unusual, that approach from Saif. He's actually, in that last delivery, through and over That's not something you see too often. He's a right-hand orthodox. For the left-hander, this is more orthodox, through and round. You don't see this as often nowadays than previously. He finds the gap. Wonderfully to end the over. A good bit of placement and timing from Alec Athenes. 9 runs from that over, 59 for 1.
In the last 5 of the skyscrapers, amounting to 8 runs and above, shows the acceleration. They've picked up the tempo. It's going to be Nasum again from the Nexus Bay end. It was a fine shot. Well hit. That's that's good piece of fielding from Tanzit Tamim. Sure that they'll have a look upstairs, but it was a very good effort.
Yeah, good cricket all round. The shot from Shea Hope again on the upper, not a bad delivery from Nasum. But he's so classy. And then in the deep, just look at this effort. I wonder if it's legitimate. Very good up on. Till that point, exceptional work. The ball just ricocheting off his left boot though. So we might need a closer inspection there. All clear. Well done. Well done, Tamim.
Instrument. The fielding coach will be happy with those efforts. So far, the questions asked tactically by Bangladesh. Quick single. These two batters in Hope and Athenes have answered. With flying colours.
Good communication, good response. That's what you need as a batting player, that trust. Yeah, wonderful batting again from the West Indian captain. He's known now for his prowess in one-day international and the way he's transformed his T20 game. For 5,000 T20 career runs for him now. A class apart. And the way he constructs his innings, something that all young players can learn from, gives himself time, plays classical cricket in strokes. And the contemporary batters, Shamanoy, they look at strike rate and they look at sixes and fours. It's not the modus operandi of Shai Hope. He goes about his business a lot differently from the others. Plays percentage shots, classical shots, finds the gaps, times the ball, and when he's looking for sixes, he usually goes straight down the ground, no matter the length. Just another example of his high class and skill. Plays the ball late and uses the pace of the bowler.
He's sticking to the basics and playing according to the merit of the ball. This time, a sidey off, had time, keeping slightly low, but he plays it late. He waits for it, then carves it away between those fielders.
He has a low dot ball percentage. Yeah, best of an unbeaten 102 against Australia recently. And so his career has really been tremendous in the recent past. One of my all-time favorite batters from the West Indies, Shai Hope.
Liton Das just letting Richard know the dot balls are important. Precious dot ball. In the slot again. That's a biggie. This time from Athanaze into the crowd. Second rocket six of this over.
Yeah, they're happy. They're ecstatic to get the ball in their direction. But Rishad Hussain will be disappointed, misses his length again. Too full to Alec Athanaze, 92 meters. 13 from the first to 4. Yeah, that was the difference in the last game. The number of boundaries hit, the sixes in particular.
Also goes on to tell us that this is a far better surface, where the bounce is trustworthy.
Yeah, Shai Hope has faced 23 deliveries. Yeah, just the 5 dot balls. He's already raced to 38, 3 fours and a couple of sixes, but it's his dot ball percentage which continues to be impressive. There again, can't get a boundary. What does he do? He gets a single, retains the strike. 15 from his first, 83 for 1.
Well, he certainly likes playing against Bangladesh. The West Indian captain averages 66 Bangladesh, Nasum, bowling from the Nexus Bay end. Now Leighton, somewhat forced to spread his field. Kind of mood both Hope and Athanaze are in, but as you were saying, Badri, reducing the dot ball percentage, referring to Hope, how good is he? Hitting a 6 and then taking a single, Bangladesh batters can take a note of that.
Yeah, they'll certainly need to, but currently what they need to do desperately is to get a wicket, get a new batter in. Because Alec Athanaze will be taking on the left-hand orthodox bowler, and he's done so with a rocket 6 to great effect.
With Nasum, the left-arm spinner, coming in, bowling to the left-handed Athanaze. The ball coming in his arc. To his strength, he plays. Doesn't matter if the fielder once plays that deep square leg. He has the confidence to put it away, up and away. It sails over that fielder for a rocket 6. Next delivery, plays it with soft hands, runs the first one hard. They're coming back for the second throw at the keeper's end. No ball again. Direct hit. I think that's the corner. 2 fingers have gone up, not the umpire's one. Umpire Sharafudullah Ibn Shoaib Shoikat going upstairs to Masdur Rahman Mukul. Does Bangla decision pending?
TV umpire to director. We have a umpire's review for run out at bowling stand. Show me your side on angle, please. Keep rolling. Can one frame back, please? One frame back. Move forward, move forward. Frame by frame. One frame back. Can I have opposite angle, please?
I'll come back through the yellow roll. I'll turn it to the other side, won't it on?
Just on from back.
Here comes the other side. Through the hole to yeah.
Batter oil inside when bells off. I am ready to make my decision for big screen.
It is a Nexus Bay not out. It was a close call nonetheless. Throw in from Tanzir Santamim, who's fielding brilliantly on the field.
He wanted to, he wants to strike Alec Athanaze. And Shehok was maybe a little bit surprised that the throw came to his end, a direct hit. Yeah, they were confident that it was on. Look at Jacker Ali. It was very, very tight. Alec Athanaze has moved on rapidly to 49 from 29 deliveries.
Batting at a strike rate of 169. He's taken 29 deliveries for his 49. Giving West Indies the start they were looking for now. Their deep point. Lifted much finer. Deep backward point. And there he gets to it. 50 for Alec Athanaze. Very well played knock, as Darren Sammy and the full dugout clap and appreciate the innings.
Yeah, only his second T20 international half century. And they've been searching for a suitable opening batter, and someone reliable, someone who can forge a strong partnership. The man from Dominica played in that 2018 on the 19 World Cup. All format player now.
It's a very good over from the West Indies point of view. 11 runs of the 10th. It's 94 for 1 West Indies as it time that calls for drinks.
বৈষম্য বিরোধী নীতি, অনুপযুক্ত আচরণ সম্পর্কিত নীতি বিবৃতি, আইনি ধারা ও প্রয়োগ। আইসিসি বৈষম্য বিরোধী নীতি মোতাবেক টিকিটধারী কোনো দর্শকের কোনো আচরণ, ভাষা তথা কথাবার্তা, মন্তব্য, অঙ্গভঙ্গি বা অন্য কিছু খেলা চলাকালীন স্টেডিয়ামে অবস্থানরত কোনো ব্যক্তিকে যথা খেলোয়াড়, ম্যাচ
The West Indies dominating here in the second T20 International. Lost King early, but after that, wonderful partnership of 93 between Alec Athenaeus, Scott 50 and Shea Hope, doing wonderfully well and setting the platform. Well, a few hundred miles, well, a few hundred kilometers from here, due south, if you travel, you come to the only coral island of Bangladesh, St. Martin's.
Here, nature teaches us to care, to protect what gives us life. In this place, you find yourself, one with the earth, the water, and the wind. Here, nature reveals itself.
The serenity at St. Martin's, but nothing serene for the bowlers here. Only Taskin Ahmed getting that wicket of Brandon King, the others really struggling, and they've been taken to the cleaners by some belligerent batting by the West Indians. 93 runs unbroken between the skipper and Alec Athenaeus, really threatening to take the bowling apart. A little push away, and that's what they've done well, interspersed the singles along with the big shots. Good evening, Parvez Maroof.
Evening, Shamim. Seventh bowler used by Bangladesh, forced to, I should say, with the attacking powers of the two batters, Hope and Athenaeus, partnership of 94 of 52. Saif Hassan, the part-timer, bowled 1 over, went for 9 runs. And Shamim, it's going to be interesting to see how the two batters will line the part-timer. Will the left-hander will go after him or the right-hander?
Well, he's going for the charge. One thing that the batters have to be careful about, sometimes you see a part-timer coming on and you feel a little overconfident, you want to take him on, and in the process maybe play a few rush shots. They just do not want to throw away their wickets. And Liton Kumar Dash, standing behind, would exactly like to have that, because he'll be happy if the part-time bowler can get a wicket.
Concerned faces everywhere, Shamim. 96 for 1 in 10.2. Bangladesh need a wicket somehow.
I hope will be aware of the little variations that Shamim Hussain, despite the fact that he's a part-timer, he does have that ability to have the variations in his bowling.
Shea Hope at the toss with Tatar. You did mention they would like to have 20 more runs from the first game. That's 185. And the rate that the West Indies are carrying on with the firepower yet to come, I think even 200 is threatening.
Yeah, it's definitely on the card. Once again, just trying to walk down and meet the ball. Hasn't really succeeded. 4 singles so far in this over, and if he can continue doing that and ensure there isn't a boundary, that will be a good over for Bangladesh.
Right, something's going to happen in the next 2 deliveries, that's for sure. 4 singles with a part-timer. That's not on as far as Hope is concerned.
There he goes. Left onto that one, and that's going the full distance. Maybe not timing it 100%. Despite that, that flourish of the bat took it for a rocket 6.
Batsman's instincts, Shamim. What a hit, right in the hitting arc. A flat hit brings up the 100 and a rocket 6 in this innings. Poor delivery, got to be said. Trying to bowl full, missing the length, and that was an excellent hit. Down the ground on 49, Shea.
And he gets the single that takes him to his 50. This is his 8th T20 International 50, appreciated by the dugout there, and it's been a lovely innings of 30 balls. And that is the completion of the 11th over. It's 105 for 1. He continues to enjoy himself. Leading from the front, once again trying to hoik it away with that attempted slog sweep. Gets a single nevertheless.
Yeah, the platform is set beautifully for the West Indians. A lot of firepower to come. Both these batters are in, both fresh from scoring their half centuries, and they will certainly attack. And this man on screen, what a player. From the one-dayers, leading from the front, even today a must. Spin game to win the series. Certainly is not disappointed the crowd.
And he's joined by Athenes now. He might be in a spot of bowler here, and it's been taken. At last, some relief. Nasir Mohammed enticing Athenes to go big. He does not really get a hold of it and holds out in the deep. Some relief for Bangladesh with that wicket.
Slowing it down, Nasum. The first delivery was at 90.3 and this one 85.3, back of the length. Ali Khatane, the length was there to pit away. Probably the length slightly on the shorter side. Right intention, but the execution was poor. Nevertheless, a young man has played a very good knock of 52 of 33 deliveries. And West Indies are 106 for 2.
Bangladesh desperately in search of breaking that threatening partnership have managed it. Sheffield Rutherford, 350s. In his 36th innings. What a wonderful strike rate to have. He will not hang about. They've got the platform. They're going to go after the bowling. Maybe take a bit of time to have a look at